How's it going? Who we got? Who we got? Hello, welcome to the 31st day of Chaos Daily. We're live. We're live streaming. Boy, I've had an interesting morning this morning. Been getting some more work done on the Phenom setup series. Oh boy. Epic doesn't even begin to describe how good this episode's going to be. Right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Who do we have? Who's watching? Is it just me? It's just me so far. Okay. I think I picked a really bad time of the day for this. Everybody's asleep. It's a Sunday. It's 3 p.m. here in Australia. So that's like what? 9 in the morning in UK. And America's 10 hours before that. So it's like midnight? Really late in the evening in America? Or really early in the morning? One of the two. I don't know. Let's do some CAD work. Oh. Excuse me. I had tacos. They were good. I'll make my own chili mince and beans. So good. Right. Let's do some CAD. Projects. Volatilis. Let's open the Albatross up. Let's get these wings done. Man, they were really annoying me yesterday. I didn't talk about it on the daily because this is so bad. Yeah, so I've been having trouble trying to get it to all work. Let's get out sketch mode. There we go. Splitting them up was working, and then I needed to make... Let's see if I can do this. Which one is it? That one? That one? That one? No. One of them. Did I get rid of it? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm so confused. Yeah, let's move this up here. That's better. How's that sound? Is that good? Yeah. I don't know. Let's turn the music down a bit. That's better. Right. So, how to do these wings. So I just had a thought this morning when I was working on the Phenom setup series on a different way to go about this. So at the moment I'm trying to do what I've done for all my other plane designs, and that's to create a wing section, cut out the aileron, hollow it out, add the internal structure, and you do it in those steps, and then you split it up. So I've tried doing this in a number of different orders, like splitting it first and then cutting out the ailerons and doing the hollow, and everything I do doesn't seem to work. Like if I come in here and I hit the shell function on this section, let's click solids. It's probably going to crash. You guys get to see how long it takes for stuff to update when I do stuff like this. Circle of doom. Circle of doom. Oh god, this was a bad idea. This is such a bad idea. Yeah, it's crashed. So this is the issue I'm having. Like, and this is the weird thing. Before I started slicing it up into the sections for printing, I checked the shell function and it worked, right? And now it doesn't. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, it was working before as a whole solid wing, and it was working when I cut it up in a different way, and then when I started doing something else where I was trying to cut out the holes for the servo and the servo leads and stuff, then all of a sudden it didn't want to do. But the weirdest part is it didn't want to shell on a separate solid. Like I'd duplicated the solid so I could do the internal gaps for the servo mount and the channels and everything, and then it just stopped. How you going, Joke Them? Nice to have you here. What time is it there in Europe at the moment? Early morning? Did I pick the right time of day to do this stream? Was it a bad idea? Yeah, it's dead. I'm gonna have to restart it. Crap. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. Close program. Yes, thank you. I haven't looked at the RC forums in a while. I just don't have enough time to be on these forums all the time. Oh, that's right, you're in New Zealand. Yeah. Forgive me, I forget. Yeah, so it's not too late for you. It's early morning in Europe, and America's still asleep, but I don't have too many American patrons or viewers at the moment. For some really weird reason, everybody's in Europe. Nothing going on there. Cool. Alex. Right, let's minimize that and move that out of the way. Let's move to this side actually. Minimize it. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. You know what? Let's do something different. I can work on this wing later. Like, I need to think about it some more. I had a good idea on how to go about it. I'm just gonna cut out the spaces for the servos and stuff, and then not do any like hollowing or sectioning or anything. I'll just have it as solids for the STL, and then I'll be like, right, well, you print it at whatever infill pattern you want to use. The strength is in the carbon rods. So as long as you've got the holes for the carbon rods and the servos and the servo channel, servo wire channel, it's all fine. Like, why do I need to be buggering around putting those structure in the internal structures? The way that they distribute weight doesn't really affect the strength of the plastic any more than the slicing software's, infill patterns do. So, yeah, a really fine gyro infill, like, I don't know, 2%, 3% infill, should be fine. So let's do something else. Let's do something crazy. Yeah, let's do something crazy. What are we in? Volatility this? Yeah, cool. Let's do something new. Let's create a new part. Let's show everybody how I do my internal structures of stuff. Width, height. Start it on there. Add the center. That's fine. Let's just make a weird shape. Cool, right, so you got your weird shape, yeah. And crazy projects, this won't even be a project, I'm just gonna be mucking around. I'm gonna just show you guys some cool tricks. And then what I was planning to do for today is to actually go through all my old videos. Not actually like watch them, because that would be really boring. But I need to go through and I need to check the descriptions in all of them, because I discovered a thing about the YouTube's algorithm and how it works, and it's all to do with the number of words that are in your description box. And if you don't have a minimum of 200 words, the algorithm doesn't really even look at it, because there's not enough information to parse what the video is about. And the more descriptive you are about what the video is about, the more likely the algorithm is to know what audience to push your videos towards. So I need to go through all my old videos and go through and update the descriptions and check them, because I'm really lazy about that. I'm really bad with it. So that's what I discovered recently. So I was thinking of doing something like that, going through, just sitting with you guys and go, right, let's just discuss this video. And then it also gives me an opportunity to expose you guys to some of the older work that I've done in my, with the original Chaos Daily videos that are on there. I mean, have you watched any of those? Has anybody gone back and watched my really old videos? I hope not, they're really bad. But if you have, good on you. Right, we just got a weird shape. Cool. Finish. Done. So now we've got a weird shape. We want to shell it. Let's get Shelly involved. Shell it. Let's do 1 mil. Okay, so shell's nice and fine, right? Not a problem. Cool. Click OK. Now we want to give this thing like internal structure. Now because it's a really weird shape, this is going to be different to like the glider. So what I would do is I would either create another shape that is smaller but sort of hugs the inside to a certain distance, or so we've done this shell function. Now that's going to be our skin thickness, right? If we go back, we cancel that, and in Inventor there is this copy objects tool. I don't like using it because it's more for like copying surfaces and stuff and copying specific geometry. It doesn't really like doing entire objects. If you use it for entire objects, sometimes it screws up. I don't like using it. So instead what I do is I use a rectangular function, go into the solids option, I click new solid, I pick the direction, doesn't matter which, I usually just use the z-axis, and I set the distance to 0. And then you can also copy as many copies as you want for all the different operations you need to do. So I only need 1? No, I need 2. So I need 2 more, so I'll put in 3. Yeah, I can probably look at that. How you going, Electric? How you going, man? I don't think I've seen you around here before. Welcome to the channel. Are you a subscriber? Have you subscribed? You should subscribe. Right, so now we have 3 of these forms. So we go here in 3 solid bodies. So we're going to change this one. This is going to be our skin. This is going to be our structure. Why is my caps lock on? Holy crap. And my what is that? Screen lock? Pause break. Screen lock. Screen lock. Why is screen lock on? That's weird. Right, and this will be structure. And this one will be cavity. So now this is gonna be super weird. Like you have to do some weird head gymnastics with this. Right. Okay. Let me think about it. So we've got our skin. So we can hide that for now. We don't need to mess around with that one. So that one gets hidden. So we've got our structure and our cavity. Now for our cavity, we need to make the inversion of it. So first we have to determine the depth of the structure, how large we want our beams that run around the inside of the skin to be. So we say, what, 5 mils? So we click on the structure and we click shell, solid, structure, and this one we're going to say 5 mils. So now, yeah, cool, okay, it just has some issues. So now we have another skin, but it's a thick skin, right? Now we're going to use that to create a cavity. So we take the cavity and we click combine, and we want to keep the tool body, and the tool body is going to be the structure, and we want to say remove, and we click OK. Did I do that the wrong way around? Control Z. Combine. This is why I say you've got to do some head gymnastics. The base is going to be the thing that we're removing. So the one way you can do it is you can use the subtract tool. So this will just remove the cavity, but there is another way that you have to do it. You have to do it inverted, where you want the remainder to be left behind or something. You make the base the thing that you are removing, and you make the tool body the thing you want to keep. You say keep tool body, and you use this intersect. And you click OK, and now it should be hollow. It was hollow before, but Am I doing this right? I don't know. The skin, the cavity. I'm doing this completely wrong. Yeah, see, I screwed myself up. Let's just go wireframe. Anyway, so yeah, we've got the cavity now has a hole in it, right? And we still have the structure. So the shell function we used on the structure, we've now created the same hole inside of the cavity. Is that weird or what, right? But that's not what I want to do. So what I wanted to do is, because we've shelled that, yeah, we don't need the cavity. Rectangular form, 2. We only need the skin and the structure. Right, so we've got the structure and the skin. So what we want to do to the structure now, and we can bring this back here. So we should see both of them in the same place. Skin, structure, we lost that shell function. So we want a shell, select solid, structure, 5 mil, okay, and click on the warning, accept. And then we want to start a sketch. Now the center point is in the middle here somewhere, so we want to offset that. Offset from plane from this one. Drag its ass out. Let's go to the right view so we can check, so we're not creating unnecessary interactions. Just a little bit further from it. Sweet. Start a sketch. Now what I like to do is just go and grab the slot tool. The slot tool is one of my favorite sketch functions. Drag it out, and we're going to say like what we want, 1 mil wall thickness. Now here's the thing to remember: when it does, when I do the next step, when it does the spiral, the helix, and the angle or the pitch at which the blade is extruded will distort the thickness. So the more of a lean it has, the thinner it starts to get, because it's extruding sideways. And the less of the pitch, the greater the pitch, there's longer distance between each revolution, and the thicker it gets. So you have to remember this. So the thickness that you create this sketch at has to determine the thickness of the blade, right? So normally when I do this, I go 0.8 if I want a 0.5 mil thick wall. Yeah, that should be big enough. We'll just drag it out a little bit more. And now, because I'm lazy, I'm just going to use the circular function, select axis as, come on, drag, thank you. That one, that's not going to be enough, so let's go to 12. Sweet-ish, yeah. Swedish. It is Swedish. Right, finish sketch. Coil. Select. Axis is going to be the Z-axis. Solid, we are selecting the structure. Thank you. And what we want to do is the intersect. So wherever this path intersects the skin, that thick skin, the 5 mil thick skin that we made, it's going to leave behind only the material in the path. Let's go to coil size. I go normally height and revolutions. Just go back here, and we're just going to change the axis direction. Height. What is this distance? I never checked. It was from the middle about 250, so let's say 600 just to be safe. And revolution 0.5. It's probably going to spit an error at me. These things take forever to update. It's going to calculate that. If it doesn't want to do the intersect tool, there's another way. Okay, so it did. Right, so now you get this. How cool does that look, right? But we're not done yet, because this is only a spiral in the one direction. So then we just go mirror, object. We select Amundo, the structure, go to the midplane, and we click OK. Shaded, skin, visibility, gone. And there you have it. Internal structure for a weird shaped body. Just like that. Super easy. I'm hungry, I'm sorry. It's like way past lunchtime here and I've only eaten 2 tacos, like tiny little tacos today. Right, what else could I show you guys? Let's just do this quickly. Nope. What was it? There we go. Trying to remember all the keyboard shortcuts for stuff. There we go. So we'll leave that in turntable. Have I just realized that you guys have been looking at me and not the... Oh my god. Dirt. Oh, by the way, why didn't nobody say anything? There's the chat right there. You guys have just been looking at me this whole time. What? I can't believe I've done that. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I made a thing. You didn't see me do it. Let me do it again. Oh my god. Derp. Derp. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. So, I created a freeform geometry. Just a weird shape, right? Just a weird ass shape. I then used a rectangular pattern because I don't like using the copy function that's in Inventor. And then what you do is you select the thing you want to make copies of, and you just set the distance to 0 on any direction. Just copy it in the same place. Like, I've explained this all if you were listening, but you didn't see it, right? And then we're going to use 2 different shell functions. The first shell function is on one of them to make a very thick shell. And then you create a work plane and a coil that's made up of... it's going to take a while to update now. Alright, so we hide the skin. It then makes this spirally pattern, and all that is a sketch with a bunch of slots that I've copy rotated around a point, and I'm probably going to actually shift this point because I don't want it there. Let's move that. Let's create a point on the origin. We can snap our center point. Hello. Center point in line with this. Or let's first select the point on the origin and say, hey, by the way, don't bloody move. Set the point, line them up, click OK. Boo, what are you doing? Yay. Let's just define a distance so it doesn't do that again. Let's go, yeah, 10, fine. Does that look like it's at the point? No. 20. 3. Let's drag this out. What's happened to the music? Oi, oi, oi. I have to use YouTube's audio library so I don't get copyright strikes when I'm live streaming. The problem is it doesn't just play unless you have the window open, and if you don't have the window out, open or active often enough, it times out and stops playing. It's really annoying. Right, so spiral this, but now if I hit finish, it's not going to work because I've set the center axis of the spiral on the origin z-axis, and I've offset the center of this feature now from that point. So it's going to try and spiral around the point there on the line, which is not going to work. It's going to go, nah, dude, that's not going to work. I seriously want to try and get in touch with Autodesk and just talk to the department that deals with writing the outputs for the error messages and stuff, and see if there's you can get themes, error message themes. So your error messages have they say, hey dude, yeah, that's not gonna work, or totally man, that's a bad idea. Try it a different way. I don't understand. It worked. What? What? Did it? It has never done this before. It is intuitively determined that the point of rotation has changed. Something screwy is happening here. What? I don't understand this. It has updated the coil feature's rotational axis. It has, yeah. Oh. No, it's still trying to do it. That's why there was that weird feature there. So that whole thing is shifted around like that. And that's why it's created that gap there. Okay, so there's a way to fix this. We delete it, because it's now cursed. Don't delete the sketch. And then we want to create an axis, zoomed in too far, on the point that is perpendicular to that. So now it creates this axis here. It's a little hard to see. There it is. See it? Right. Then we go and do a coil function again. Click and drag, intersection, axis, select our axis. Solid is the structure, yes, click OK. There you go. Now, so the apex of this back end is a bit up here, so it looks weird at the back, but we have this wicked spirally thing. And now, you just mirror it. It's gonna look super strange at the back there where they all intersect and cross over each other. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you can make some really awesome looking internal structures using this method. And then we bring the shell back in for the skin. Let's just change the texture to something that's a bit transparent with my Soraya Tech Blue. Ta-da! Select the center point, hit end, zoom in just a touch. Thanks, man. But yeah, now you guys know how to do it. And you can do this in pretty much any CAD software that I know of that does a helix. If it doesn't do helixes, it doesn't do spirals, it doesn't do thread features. Like, you can use a thread feature. This is what it is. This is a thread feature. So if you can use the thread feature to cut a thread on something, you can use that same feature and you change the sketch to do something like this instead, and boom, you've got yourself internal structures for whatever you're designing. Cool. Alright, let's try something new. Let's make a fan blade. Alright, let's start with the hub. Side sketch. Center line. It's off center, so boom. Oop, wrong way. This one. That one. Thank you. Let's drag it out just a little bit. Let's create a box. Turn that off. Grab this. Stick it to there. Click OK. Tangent. Thank you. Select that. Sketch constraint. Grab a point. Shift it till it looks pointy-ish. What is our diameter? 30 is usually the size of most motors. Let's go 32. Cool. Finish. Revolve. Select your axis. Profile. I mean, it's the only one I've created. There's no other options. You couldn't auto-select. It's really weird this, right? Sometimes it auto-selects stuff that you don't want it to auto-select when you've got like lots of different weird shit. And sometimes when you've got only one thing in the entire scene with only one center line that is designed to be doing this, it doesn't select anything. Right, we've got a pointy thing. Right, now we go and we create offset from plane. From the floor, let's come up by 26. No, because that'll be further out. So what is it? 32. So 17. Nope. We want 13. The other way. -2, not +2. Yep, that'll do it. Cool. And then we want to do it again. Offset plane from the floor. Now, say we're going to make what? Let's do a 90mm EDF. Yeah. So that'll be 45. So we've got 46 because we want to go just outside of the area that we're going to do the function to. Start the sketch on the bottom. Grab our curved slot tool. And we're going to start with. Let's make this a really, really weird looking, really cool, yeah, like a really cool EDF. Something you'd sort of see on, like, I don't know, the Fan Showdown. He still hasn't printed my fan. I'm still kind of annoyed about that. 0.5. Cool. So you see how that one there is sticking out, right? So let me change something first. Excuse me. Right, so there's two ways we can do this. It's sticking out here. We don't want that. But if we're going to extrude the blade coming out from within the cylinder, you don't want to stick it out. But if it's going to be sticking out because the diameter of the cylinder is too narrow, come in and you change this, edit dimension. So we're going to actually change this back to 16, which will put it like right on the tangent of the surface. So we actually want 17. Cool. So we want it just off of the surface. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. nectarine stuck in my teeth. Right, back to the sketch. So we've got this sketch. Then you create another one. So any blade that you make, you want to use two different curved geometries to get a airfoil. There are like more scientific and mathematically accurate ways to do this, but for most hobby needs, like you're not building jet engines. You don't need to make it absolutely optimal unless you're getting into actually manufacturing these things and selling them, and even then, like for most hobby needs, you don't need to go to this extent. That looks about right. Yeah. But we want the base to be a bit thicker, so let's take that up to 1. There's sketch. So to start with, to get this to all meet up and be happy and merry and pippin, we're going to go with an extrude function. We're going to extrude these two, go the other direction, but more, let's put a 3-degree taper on it so it thickens out even further. 3? Nah, this goes crazy. 6. There we go. Right, so we've got a 6-degree taper on it, and it's not fully in, so we'll just drag it down just a little bit more so it's inside of the cylinder and the cone, so it's not sticking out anywhere. Lovely. And we click OK. We start sketch on our next sketch plane, our next geometry plane. We're going to create another curved one like here. So with the tip one, tips always travel at higher velocities, so you put less of a pitch angle on them, 0.5, and you make them shorter. You don't want them to have the same chord length. 0.5, add a tangent. Okay, that's a bit aggressive, so let's just scrub that down a little bit. And that looks pretty good. Right, so that's going to make a pretty boring looking blade, to be honest. We can make it look cooler. So I'm going to grab that whole lot, I'm going to use the move function, precise input. This will allow me to move it without it deforming. Let's put a bit of a sweep on this. It can come way out. It doesn't have to be on this edge center here. Should we give it a neutral, positive, or negative? Negative should look pretty cool. Done. Right, so let's hide these work planes because they're just getting in the way. Oh my god, do work planes get in the way? And now we want to use the loft function. So finish sketch, move that work plane. I said go away. Thank you, thank you. Loft, hello, loft, finish sketch, thank you, loft. Select this surface. Select your sketch. Oh, right. We just one more thing. Okay, I forgot. Please don't castrate me. We have to make those sketch planes, and then we have to go close loop. Sketch. Are you closed? Can I? Nope, still no. It does this sometimes when you use these. They're annoying. Wait, get out of the bottom. Grab the point on the one, select the point on the other, cool. Grab the point on the one, select the point on the other, cool. Make sure the tangents remain, they do. Finish sketch, loft. Conditions, and this is where we make it look cool. Go in here, make that a 0.5. And we'll put one in here of a 0.2. Automatic mapping, no, because you just don't know how to do it the automatic way. Select the point. Create another one. So this is we basically going around and saying, right, this contour needs to follow this point to this point. This contour needs to follow this point to this point. It's a little tedious and it's annoying that the automatic mapping doesn't work it out for itself. But sometimes you get weird shit where it's trying to join one point on the like the leading edge and one point on the other side of the trailing edge, and it tries to loft the geometry with a weird intersecting Mobius strip twist type thing, and it's just wrong, so wrong. And that should do it. Now I think I've got this moved too far over like that way, so it might be a bit too aggressive of a sweep for it to do this. Yeah, so edit, transitions, 0.2, 0.1, yeah, nah, that don't look right. So it does it now, so now we can dial it in. So can we go back up to like 0.4? No, edit. Yeah, so what I will do is I'll just click accept, grab this sketch, and let us move it in a bit. It's just a little too aggressive of a... Still no? There we go. Now I want to make this a bit more aggressive. Let's see if we can. We can, there we go. So it creates that sort of scoopy looking look to it. Scoopy look? Yeah. It's a technical term, scoopy look. Okay. Yeah, that seemed better. Sweet. Circular, solid, axis, z-axis, and golf blades. Too much, way too much. So this will have to be like a 7 blade. Yeah. This is a bit of a choke point, so you don't want that. That's better. Ta-da! That's how I make a fan blade. Super easy. I don't like that pointy end. It's too pointy. It's not a supersonic engine. There we go. That looks good. Right, what else can I show you guys? You guys interested in this? Like, should I keep going? Any other tricks or stuff you want to know how I do? Or do you guys want to see some of the other work that I worked on in the past? Let's do that. Let's open up a really old project file. Yeah. That didn't give it away. Let's go into the SR71 project. This is ancient. I'm going to be redoing this from scratch. I probably won't redo the landing gear because the landing gear turned out really well, but the internal structure and the structure of the fuselage and stuff sucked. I had no idea what I was doing back then. SR71. Skip. 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 Ta-da! Yeah, I was working on SR71. Relationships angle. You guys want to see something super cool? Super cool? Working landing gear. Working main gear. I never got around to finishing this hatch, but that works too. Well, it did. I changed the hinge geometry and stuff on it. And it's not just that. There's also the... Is it this one? Nope. There's also another one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So if I click this one. Operational suspension gear. Yeah, man, I can't wait either. The alcohol, the IPA should be arriving this week coming. So this week I start printing. This week I start doing test prints and start calibrating stuff, and we are off to the races from there. And like the fact that I can now start printing stuff like this SR71 landing gear, this is a project from years ago. I haven't touched this in years. Like you can see here, I've got all this super thick internal structure and stuff that I was going to do. So what the idea was is I would use an FDM printing, you know, like RC Ramy. Oh man, that guy does some cool stuff. I want to get in touch with him. I'd love to do a collaboration with him. The idea is I would 3D print the molds for all of the skin, and then I would also 3D print this internal structure, and then glue the skin to the structure. But after watching RC Ramy these last year and stuff with his Airbus A380 and his what was it, that Learjet? Was it a Learjet or Learjet-esque type private jet? You don't need fuck all structure when you're working with carbon fiber. You just need a little bit to stop like certain flexes and warps, but other than that, it handles all its strength itself. So yeah, this would need a complete redesign. the actual forms, the keys, the skin, the nacelles and everything, the shape is so accurate. It's so incredibly accurate to the real SR71. I had so much reference material. Where is it all? Anybody see the folder named references? Yeah, there we go. So I've got like videos, I've got researchers' handbooks, I've got stuff on the Pratt Whitney J58, I've got flight manuals somewhere. I had flight manuals and flight envelopes and all sorts. I was just opening up pictures and trying to get very accurate dimensions and measurements of everything. Just like I'm doing with the Draco now, I did the same thing with the SR71. So to my knowledge, this is like the shape of the nacelles, especially the shape of the nacelles, the angles of everything, the landing gear, like dimensionally accurate. This is the most accurate 3D model of the SR71 that I've ever come across. And I've looked at a lot. I tried this, like, this is a difficult model to create. So I tried finding something so that I could use it and like be lazy and not have to do all this work. Nothing was close. I've made certain like leniences towards stuff like the edges on stuff, so they're not like super sharp, especially on these rudders. Let's see where are all the flaps? Oop, something's crashed. Oh no. Oh, right. That was the more reference material. This is a set of balsa plans that I purchased. I actually paid money for this set of balsa plans because they were the closest I could find that had the best accuracy. But they still weren't completely right. When you start cross-checking stuff, and it just turns into an absolute mess. Where is the front of this thing? I don't think I've got it in the assembly. Forward fuse assembly. Wait for it. Whee! I think you're in the wrong direction there, mate. So yeah, did the front gear as well. That's all operational and working. Where'd it go? And now there were doors that were attached on these linkages that all worked as well. All the files, like this is a new computer, so I've transferred all this from my old computer, and some of the files just got corrupted and messed up. But yeah, so there were these linkages. Let me set you to center point around that, because that's just annoying. So these linkages here, and when the main strut comes up, it gets caught inside this sort of like claw and pushes the claw up, and the claw wraps around the bar as it pushes up. And as it does that, it pulls these outer linkages in, which closes the landing gear doors. And this is exactly the same way the one on the real SR71 works. So this assembly file, it was working completely. Where's my folder gone? Did I close my folder? No. Mid fuse. Let's open this up. Skip. 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 The fact that you can't find stuff in the content center because the content center is no longer in the same file location because it's a different computer. Oh wow. I've only been recording for an hour? This has seriously been only live for an hour. Wow. Hello. Come on, where are you? There we go. Yeah, so this was the geometry for the skin that I started working on, so that's not what I want to open up. Nope. Nose gear. So here's a picture of it when it was all like set up and working. Do I have did I record a little video of it? A video clip? I don't think I did. But where are all the parts? Some of the parts. This is the really weird thing about when I transferred all my files. Like I had entire folders that were full of stuff, and then certain things in the folder were no longer there anymore. Like the doors for the landing gear and stuff like that just disappeared, gone. Yeah, see, like it's all broken because none of the other geometries in the scene anymore. It's really annoying. What is your current point at? 90? Does the suspension still at least work? Kind of. We see how it's now moving everything else. Oh my god, this is so bad. Yeah, so there's a lot of work to get all this working again and get this fixed. Where's my folder? But this is something I'm coming back to. I'm building... Oh, by the way, did I mention how big this design is? It's 2 meters long. From nose to tail, it's a 2 meter long S71. I don't know where I'm going to keep it. Just strap it to the roof somewhere. Take the fan out the ceiling and strap it to the roof, and then I use the EDFs inside the S71 to circulate the air in the room. Alright, let's go. Forward fuse. Let's find out why this is broken. Fuse key. So this should be the... See, this is only the bottom half. Where's the top? There you are. Why are you not visible? Solids. Because there's an extrude that wipes you out. Yeah, so there we go. It's not quite right at all. That loft function is broken, that's why. That's why it's gone. I was ashamed of my work. So I hid it. No, don't save changes. Forward fuse. Main assembly. This was another thing I was working on for this. I was trying to recreate the turkey feathers and create a working thrust nozzle on it. So this was just like a test article that I designed to see how I would go about it. And like another thing that I've got to remember is that when I was designing this as SR71, I was doing it all for FDM printing design. So all of my constraints and limitations for the design were based on FDM's limitations. So now that I have this kick-ass resin printer, I'm more than likely going to scrap 99% of the work that I did because I have much better limitations now. I can be a lot more creative with the way I design stuff. See all of these thick hinges and all of this massive gaps and everything that you need to ensure that you've got proper clearances for everything, and the material properties that you're using, like how strong or weak the materials are, how much material you need for that hinge. All of that changes. I love playing with this thing. I wanted to make a thrust vectoring version as well. That's a little trickier, making the thrust vectoring ones. What else have we got? What have I not looked at in like forever? An afterburner. That's right, I was playing around with the idea of an afterburner. So this would sit in the jet stream of the EDF. This is over-engineered, way over-engineered. It should have worked though. It should work. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know if I'll make that. I could probably make this out of resin. Or that ceramic resin, but then I need to get a kiln. That's something I definitely want to look at in the future, is that ceramic resin. Alright, let's look at the projects folder. What else have we got? SpaceX bottles, R&D, the rocket project, Cyberbike, the e-bike. Let's go look at this. I haven't looked at that motor in forever. Chaos e-bike. Whoa, see, this is what I was talking about, like all my folders, all my files just disappeared. Or did I move them? I think I moved most of them in here, but like all of the stuff for this front end swing arm, I had a full working front end swing arm geometry for this thing. Gone. Don't know where it disappeared. The parts aren't even in here. Like some of them are, like the swing arms here, but none of the stuff for the hub-centered steering is here anymore. I want to open up the motor assembly. Where's the motor assembly? Wheel motor concept. Here it is. Assembly file. Hello, assembly file. There we go. Skip. Older version of Inventor. Yeah, I know. Ta-da! Heat sinks to keep the magnets cool. It's an outrunner style that direct drives the wheel hub. Custom designed stators and winding setup. I even went as far as to do the magnetic flow simulation on this. I found a piece of software that lets you import DXF files. So I did a cross-section export of the model, which gave me this DXF plot, and then I brought it into the software, and then I had to come in and manually select all of the vertices and lines and assign it to be a magnet. and then calculate the angle of rotation for the magnetic pole for each of these magnets. And luckily it had a copy paste rotation function so that you only need to do the one, work out then what the angle difference is from the one magnet to the next magnet, and it would then copy the magnetic pole rotation from that magnet to the next one plus the rotation that because it's going around, and plus the rotation if you want it to be north south north south north south, or in this case it's a holdback, so it's northeast southwest north out east as it goes around, plus the rotation of it going around. So that was thankful that was in there, otherwise I would have to manually add in those, and I had to get the degrees down to like thousandths of a degree to make sure that they were lined up correctly. And then you will go through and you apply the stator material, how many layers are in the stator, the depth of the stator, the size of the magnets, the known Gauss output of the magnets, your coil windings, the thickness of your wire, the voltage, the current, which are your poles, how were they wired up, and what frequencies you want to apply to it. And I had to go through and work all of that out and apply it, and then I worked out this simulation and it gave me a torque value and a power value back. And this motor would have produced something in the range of 500 Newton meters of torque, which is bonkers. Oh, pickup trucks produce 500 Newton meters of torque at the rear wheel. Pickup trucks. And this is on a motorbike that weighs like 180 kilos. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Yes, I did all the individual wiring because I was really, really bored. Oh yeah, this is a throwback. Oh, wow, all of these files are gone. Yeah, I designed my own RDA for vaping. I used to vape. I designed my own. Found a manufacturer in China and partnered up with them and actually made a product. I don't know if we've got any sitting in here. Hang on. Yeah, so I designed these, the Chaos RDAs for vaping. So these went to market. They didn't sell very well. That was a doomed project, but I'm proud of this. Like, I designed this and teamed up with a Chinese manufacturer and a company called Lohas Vapes. They do some really cool RDAs and products. And yeah, these they actually worked really well. They just didn't. They weren't received very well by the vaping community. They were a bit complex to use. The way that you had to install your coils and stuff was a bit too fiddly for most people. And when you used them, they'd make a whistling sound, which is not they don't make too many people happy. But it worked great. You got amazing flavor off of it. It uses a quad coil chamber. A low profile quad coil chamber. See if I can get a good shot of it there. So yeah, I'm proud of that. That was some decent work on my half. SpaceX models. Griffins. I might revisit this at some stage and finish it. I stopped doing it because they were iterating on the actual Starship so quickly, and the Starship Heavy hasn't even been produced yet, so we don't even know what that looks like yet. So I stopped this project. I was going to wait until we had more details on what the final one's going to look like, or close to the final one, before I kept working on that. Yeah, like I know exactly how much demand there is for accurate Starship models, and they're a real pain in the ass to design because they keep changing the design of the Starship. The differences between SN9 and SN10, if you go out there and look at them, which I can't because I'm in Australia and you're in New Zealand, but the differences between them is insane. Like even just on the exterior, if you take some time to look at the photos of the two sitting there now, and look at the difference, it's insane. There is one guy that is selling FDM printable models of his Starship, and it's a fully modular system with magnets and everything that's stackable, and all the parts move and everything. It's really well done. Like, it's amazing. And then there's another company that sells Falcon 9s, but they've been sold out for so long. Like they're not taking any more orders because they've just got so much demand for it. But I will at some stage. I'll make SpaceX rockets. I'd like a big model Falcon 9 sitting in the back corner over there. 3D printed, and I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to sell the files. I'll be like, nah. Nah, I'll probably sell them. That would be cruel. That would be cruel and unusual. Make a really epic MSLA printed Falcon 9 rocket, like large scale, and then don't share the files. Yeah, I know you can just keep updating the files, like this is the latest iteration of this one, and keep selling them. But then I'm spending all of my time just working on Starship models, and I don't want to do that. I've got my own stuff I want to produce. I just don't want to. I don't want to just sit there and make copies of something somebody else is doing. You know what I mean? Like, I have my own passions, you know. Speaking of which, should we have a look at the Albatross? Let's get back into the Albatross because I need to get those wings done. And it's like I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm thinking of not actually doing all the wing structure and just having them as solid SDLs with only the cutouts for the servo and the servo channel for the wires, and the cutouts for the ailerons and the like spars and hinges and stuff. And then you just print it as a solid with using the infill settings on the slicer. So you choose what infill you want. It'll be easier. Like there's no difference between the slicer putting the infill in there for the internal structure and me designing internal structure when you're talking strength-wise and how it distributes the strength through the plastic. There's no difference. The difference is negligible when you account for how the forces are applied then to the carbon fiber rods and the struts. And I should probably get some of these files ready for Simon so he can start printing, because he's pre-ordered one of these as well. So yeah, you see here I was trying to do all the cuts for the splits and stuff, and it just wasn't working. I couldn't do the shell function on this piece, and all that sort of. I added this wingtip. This was a new addition. I don't think I actually mentioned this in any of the Chaos Dailies yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, whether it's going to be like a flat plate that's printed and you just glue it on there, and if it breaks off you can just glue another one on, or if it's going to be part of this bit of the wing. So the section for this bit of the wing is here, so it's only the last like 100 mils. Alright, so let's delete all end of part. The split, wiring split, sketch 1. What does sketch 71 do? That's that? Yeah, no, I want to keep that. The combine, what is the combine? That's from that shell. Right, so let's get rid of the combine. Let's keep those sketches, yep. Let's delete the split, I don't need that. Keep the split sketch. This sketch, I'm going to have to update this pink. Whenever you see pink, it's bad. They need to go. Wireframe, options. One color black, apply. Yeah, you see how it's messed this up? It's inverted this slot. I can't uninvert it. So I just need to delete the sketch and start that from scratch. Joy! It's one of the annoying things when you're doing stuff like this. And the shell, let's get rid of that. Yep, we don't need it. In fact, we don't need this split or this pattern. We only need that. Yeah, don't delete the sketch, that split sketch, I need that. Right, so this is the one carbon fiber spar. I can't get it to go any further in the wing like that without having to reduce the sweep, and I don't really want to just reduce the sweep. It's a bit more of like an F3K style wing for a bit more of a speed, but I'm putting this chonker of a motor and blade on here, so it's going to be a bit of a slow flyer. It's not going to do super speeds, it's only a 650 kV. But it's got some serious torque on it. This thing will go vertical. I'll be able to launch this thing by just holding it out in front of me, point it up, and just throttle up and let go. This is the motor off of one of my quads that I built long ago. And that thing had a lift capacity of 3.5 kilos. That's lift capacity. That's already included the motor. So I could put a big ass DSLR on that thing. Was it 3.5? It was 2.5. 2.5. Three is a bit. That's like octocopters or hexacopter grounds. Right. So let's have a see. Let's see if this split will still work. I don't know if this split will work. Split. Solid. Split. Okay. Do not give me that error message you were giving me before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What are we listening to? This is the alternative and punk genre. This is some Western shit. Right, let's get back to splitting. Split, 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 split. Now, aileron. How big do we make the aileron? I was gonna do like a big 200 mil freaking thing between this point and this point. And it kind of worked out okay before. Kinda. We set you to... Do Do I want to use this? No. Nah, I don't want to use that one. Don't even need that in the sketch anymore. I could actually get rid of it. You know what the funniest part is of me sitting here talking to myself like this? I do this when I'm not live streaming, talking to myself. The hell? Is it in a different sketch? Sketch 7. It is. Just delete it. No, don't delete that stuff. Leave it alone. What did it ever do to you? Oh, excuse me. Okay. So, I want this aileron to be in line with the dihedral of the wing, which means I'll probably need to use like the face of this thing here to start a sketch plane 5 mil down, yeah. Actually, we'll use a midpoint instead of having to measure stuff. Midpoint between these two surfaces. Thank you. Start a sketch. Rectangle! Actually, I just need a line. And it needs to be a distance from... Where is the origin of the scene? That can't be it. Must be. Scene origin. Yeah, cool. Distance. 60? 60 might be... That should do, yeah. That'll do. Hey! Hey! Go away. Thank you. I don't need you anymore right now. And we can use... Split Serini. Where's my Split Serini? Actually, can I like not split you yet? And we skip straight to that one. Split it there. Click OK. Accept. And then we do this one. Yeah, cool. And then we do a split using this one on this piece. And we click OK. Cool. And then, not yet. We won't split that one yet. We can just wait. Just wait. Wait. Hold your horses. Get ahead of yourself. Where's that carbon fiber spot? This one. Hide it. Don't want to see it. Right. That gives us our aileron. Now let us start by creating a sketch here. Let's do my usual trick. Sketch here. Project that line. Create an arc from the top to the bottom. Bring it out. Sketch constraint. Let's turn that off first. Offset 0.5, yes. Then we turn that on and we click this one, we click that top one, we click tangent, we say bam, thank you ma'am, thank you, finish. Right, next one. Turn it around. Grab it from this side, yep, there we go. Project this one. Arc. Top to bottom. Drag it out. Offset 0.5. It's fine, but we're going to just double click you and select you so that they remain the same. Then we click that and that, click this top line, tangent, this one and this one. Fantastic. Finish sketch. Lovely. Alright, now for the fun part. Loft. From this sketch, the whole thing, to this sketch, the whole thing. Subtract. Select solid, this one. Click OK. That cuts out our groove for our hinge. And then we need to scroll back down, select the loft, grab both sketches, visibility, yes. Do another loft. Select this sketch, select just the inside piece, select this sketch, select just the inside piece. We want to select that solid, but now here's the thing, we want to make sure that, because this is just going to create a straight line from this side to that side between those two sketches, which isn't going to line up, if we go to shaded, isn't going to line up to that edge here. So we click rails and we select this top edge, and we click add rail and we select bottom edge. And click OK. That should work. Nope, you don't want to work. Delete the bottom one. Still don't want to work. It worked last time I've done this. Alright. Just don't be giving me some weird... Yeah, see what it did there? This is weird gap. Ah, you know what it is? That weird gap? It's this loft. It's doing both of them, so we just click solids and unselect this one. And click OK. And it should be fine. And then we can go back in here, we can select this loft, we can click add rail. Select the top one. Add rail, select the bottom one. Click OK. And now it should work. There we go. So now that way it just makes sure that if there's any change in the thickness of that surface along that loft, that loft actually stays lined up with that edge the whole way. And that's very important. It's very important. Right, next up, we can hide these sketches. Ooh, not just yet. We need to go wireframe mode. Wireframe. We need to click point, select point on the sketch, if it'll let me. Well, because it's a 3D printed wing. And that means I'm going to have to create a hinge point at each segment of the print so that it doesn't fold or flutter between the two hinge points. Or if I make it like a tape hinge where you use tape, I could do it that way. That would make life so easy. But it doesn't need to go all the way to the tip of the wing. I mean, it's doing a good 2/3 of the wing. Let's unhide everything else so you can have a look. See what you think. Tell me. Like, if you think it should be all of it, then let's do all of it, and I'll just change my design. Best do it now while I'm here at the start of this doing the wing. Then later on, when I've already done a whole bunch of work and I need to change it. So you think that's too short? 200 millimeters. Across a 700 mil wing. Is it 700 mil? No, it's not 700 mil. Let's get a measurement. Yeah, 750. And this is gonna be 400 mil, sorry, 400 mil. What do you think? Should I make it the full length? Like bring it all the way to like just here? Looks great. Okay. I mean, like, I can do the full wing. It's just going to have to change the way that it hinges. I can't use the way I was going to hinge it with a carbon fiber rod. I'm still going to have to create a tenon and hinge socket here as well, down the middle. Because this is going to get cut in half as well, and this will be printed in 200 millimeter sections. So I'm going to need a reinforcing hinge here in the middle of it as well, so it doesn't like flutter on the midpoint of the aileron. Cool. Onwards and upwards then. So, right, what's next? Let us create, actually first, we want to do a direct feature control. No. Yes, no, no. Yes. But with this, not with that. Come on. Yeah, there we go. That one. Move it. And we want to go -0.5. Pretty big gap. Needs to be a little bit bigger. I prefer it to be pretty flush, but we do need that gap. Because of the way it's going to pivot in that thing, the point of rotation that runs through here isn't exactly lined up with, it isn't perpendicular to the space. So when this rotates, the two surfaces are going to, if it rotates too far, the two surfaces will come to a point where they actually start to bind and they meet up. You'll obviously never rotate it far enough for it to do that, but we do need just enough of a gap to prevent that from happening. -0.5. Cool. So now it is 399 millimeters long. So now we can hide these sketches. Do I make the 2 points or just 1 point? Wireframe. I never put this point in. Let's go. Before we do that, so the 2 points sit next to each other. Keep my scene tidy. Where is that point? Hey, where are you? There you are. Stay still for a sec, wait for it. Mouse wheel down, no, not the curve, point, yes, thank you. Cool, I've got my 2 points. Move to the end. Cool. Next step, split. Split. We can hide these sketches now. Let's look on my points. Those points will determine the axis, or like a line. I'll just create a line. And that'll then determine the sketch that cuts out the holes for the spar that runs through it. Now I haven't decided which spar I'm going to use yet. I think I'm going to use one of these that I've got. This is a... There's a thing. I've got these. I think these are 4 mil. 0, yeah. 3 mil. So that's a 3 mil carbon fiber rod. These aren't the best. These are pretty flexible. So that's why I want that hinge in the middle between the 2 points. But the next question is it long enough? Where is my... So I'll need at least minimum 420, so we have 10 mil on either end for the hinge. Oh yeah, we got plenty, so we can go, these are 500 mil rods. I've got 4 of them. I'll need 1 for each wing, just for the hinge. And then I wanted to use the other 2 that I've got for making the wing the tip. So I want to use these for structure in the wing as well. So if I cut these 2 in half and I use these for the wing tip and the rest of the structure, and then I use the other one minus a little bit for the aileron. Yeah. Have you guys looked at the price of carbon fiber rods and tubes on eBay and Banggood and stuff lately? Have you seen the price of this stuff? They're so. I remember when I used to order these 3mm rods, for instance. I ordered these in a pack of like 5 for $5. 3mm tubes, 3mm rods. I think I ordered them for like $5 US or something, way back. And now they're like $10 for one. And then there's the shipping. Oh my god. But I figured something out about the shipping. So the ones that, when you order these things, if you just want one, you find the cheapest price for the free shipping. But if you're going to order multiple, you find the one that is the lowest price but still has the expensive shipping, because then you can order multiples of that thing for really cheap and you still only pay the one expensive shipping cost for it. So it works out cheaper than buying the other one that is cheaper with free shipping. But then if you order multiples of that, so like say for instance the one that's got free shipping is $10 for that one rod. If you want to order 5, that's $50. But if you want to order the same rod but they've got another guy that's got like, it's $3 and $7 shipping, which works out to be $10 as well, and if you order 1. But if you order 5, that's 15 plus 7, it's 20 something. So it works out almost half the price. So I figured that one out recently. I was like, yeah, because I'm always looking at the shipping going, just like, I just ignore the ones with expensive shipping costs. But then I was like, hey, hang on a minute, I need multiples of this. Maybe I should look at those, because that's $3. Even though it works out, $3 plus the $7 is 10. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So, I've got the rods that are long enough for in here. I need to create a hinge in the middle here. So, let's do that. Plane, midpoint. Should we select midpoint of the aileron or midpoint of the wing? That's the aileron. It's done it again. That one, yeah. That one. Sweet. Start sketch. Visibility. What is this? A rip-off of some skater track? Let's go back to start. There we go. Always an annoying song. And I'm going to switch over to the dance electronic music just now. Okay, let's turn that on. We select geometry, cut through edges, so I know where I'm at. There we go. Cool. I'm going to make this super freaking simple. Why don't I have a point? This one. Huh. Well, that's right, because it's a lofted function that goes across the thing and it's not going to give me... Right, but that is why I have these points. Let's see. This is going to give me 2 points. When I project these 2 points, it's going to give me 2 points. When if it were all lined up, it should only give me the 1 point. Work point, yeah. And if we select this one, if they're on top of each other, that means everything's lined up and it's hunky-dory and everything's perfect and, you know, it's cats and dogs are going to get along. If they're in 2 different spots, like I said they would be, we're going to have some issues. Okay, All right, so this is going to be tricky. There's another way to get this the centroid of these 2 points, and that's to take this circle and put it to that point, and take the circle and put it to that point, right? And then we set you to you. Nope. Okay. Well, then the other option is to take a line and draw a line between these 2 points. And then, because if there were a line that were running from this point to this point, and you projected that line would look like this line. This is the projection of the line between those 2 points in a different dimension, a different plane. Anybody got a headache yet? And then we just grab that point and put it on the line. No, we don't want it on the center of the line. We just want it on the line. On the line, thank you. So now that circle lines up nicely. We now have our center point for these 2 curves, even though these 2 curves aren't perfectly circular. They're a projected curve instead of a circular curve. Now I can turn this off. And I can go, I need my pivot hinge, which we'll say is 3.1. And we need the outer material for it. We can probably just use an offset function, and we come out by, let's give it some sturdiness and say 3. Cool. And then I sound like that takeaway box from, what was it? What movie was that? I can't remember now. Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah, that's where it's from. This is interesting. You see this? Where it sort of comes off here? I need to fix that. Cannot go any further until that is fixed. Finish sketch. So we go back to these 2 sketches. This one? No, this one first. Turn that on. Project geometry. Select that one. That'll at least look better. It's not creating like this little dimple on the bottom. It'll have a sharp edge here, but I can live with that sharp edge. I just can't deal with it having it stick out at the bottom. And on the other side, come down the bottom. Is it straight? Is it tangent? Is it tangential? That looks pretty tangential. Okay, I'm happy with that. Cool. Alright, back to the sketch. Yeah, that looks all good. All good in the hood. I still don't like how big this... how big this 3mm circle is. Let's knock that down. Let's go to... It needs to be on the inside of this one. And then we use a offset of 1 should do it. Yeah, cool. So we need that one as well. Got this one. I'm going to make this tangent like so, and same with this one. Create a line on the surface, bring it out to here, create a tangent, and here, And then we need to close that off. So select you, make you solid. And that should do it. Actually, just to be on the safe side. Now, if it makes cavities, I'll fix them. It should be good. It should be good. Famous last words. It should be good. It should be right, mate. It should be right. Right. We made a sketch thing. Cool. Let's do some stuff with the sketch thing. Let's first create the hole. Ooh, wait. Oh, this ain't gonna work, is it? Is it? No, it ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Oh, it might do. If I give it enough clearance, it'll work. Fuck it, we'll brute force it with clearance. Throw the tolerance out the window. Right, so we want the big circle, the circle in the middle, and this little itty bitty one in the middle. Minus that, I don't need that. Cancel. Extrude. We want just the one circle in the middle. We just want this one, and we just want that one. We want to go midpoint, and let's say, let's give it some strength, so let's go a mill either side. Yeah, it'll print a mill either side. Excuse me. Right, and this is the subtraction. Select solid, this solid. Lovely. Click OK. And then, ooh, actually, we need that tolerance, remember? So let's go 3. That's huge, it's massive. And now we're gonna go and extrude this. And hopefully it doesn't create cavities. The best way to check is to grab your fillet tool and set it like 0.5 and see the way that it fillets. And if it fillets inwards, you've got a cavity, which means it's not actually, you know what it is doing? Before I check that, I need to check that it's created it onto the correct solid. And the solids that it is using needs to be this one and not creating fresh solid. Right, now we check the chamfer, the fillet tool. So if I click on this one, it creates, see that one worked, that's correct, but it only went halfway. So there is a cavity. See where it stops here. So there is a cavity here where there's like a gap between the two surfaces. But it is easily fixed if I just select the rest of it. Wait, where are you going? I told you to rotate around this thing. Thank you. I'm working here. Sweet. Right, now, ooh, actually, before I do that, let's delete that quickly. I need to do these fillets first. So I need to do 0.5s on this edge, and this edge. There's always one that doesn't want to work. There's always one that just doesn't freaking want to work. Or in this case, two that don't want to work. 0.25? It's pointless doing a 0.25 fillet because the print nozzle is 0.4 minimum. Some people have 0.3. And sorry, you can't even print that small. The slicer will cut it off somewhere first. Screw this. 0.6? 0.6. Come on, you do it. What is your problem? What is your problem? Let's just do that one that is a problem child. When will you work? If I do 1, will you work? No, you won't do 1. Will you do 0.1? You won't do 0.1. Okay, you know what? If you're not going to be curved, I'll make you flat. Oh, you know what it is? I'll bugger my left testicle. Let's do this first then. Come on, there we go. Nope. See, that's not working. See, I knew it would do this. I knew it would do it. So the best way to fix the problem then is to go into the sketch and fix it. Iframe. So the issue we're having is where it's creating this extrusion along that edge. The face on the inside of here, you see how it creates this curve like this? So if we turn to the side, half of it is getting intersected with the extrusion and the other half is creating a gap. So I need to make it a little bit bigger, which means I need to do something I really don't like doing. It's gonna be ugly as all sin. And that's whether it even works or not. Right. New part. 2 mils, yes. Both ways. Oh, I'm working here. Could you like keep the rotational point of my camera around here where I'm working, please? Inventor, come on. They still haven't fixed this. Like this has been something that Inventor users have been asking the devs to sort out since Inventor 2. You know, before they stopped using the year as a naming convention. Did they even do that? I don't know. I'll look it up. Right, okay, so we now have a thing. And then I'm going to take the thing and I'm going to combine it, selecting the thing, intersect, tool body is going to be the wing. Keep the tool body, I want to keep the wing. Click OK. Right. Then I combine this one I need to actually open back up again as well. This needs to be a part of its own as well. Cool. And then I combine the new part that I've made, which is an intersection of the wing, plus this doodad. And you see that gap that it's made in there? That's what I'm trying to fix. So the best way to fix that is if I take this and I also select that part of the profile. Hang on, give me a minute. I need to go back before the wing intersection. So it's created this, and this is solid, no gaps, from here to here. Now I want to remove this bit on the outside. Hold on. Let's delete all that. Yeah, right. So now we have the solid piece that I want. I want to remove the bit on the outside. And the best way to do that is to drag this in. So let's go back into the sketch. And we get rid of this one. And we just move it. Oh, you. Right, let's just delete it. Delete those two. Delete this one, delete this one. Why are you no longer purple? You should be purple, my friend. Oh, oh, what are you doing? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just fix this. Like that. Good, cool. I do not need you anymore. Do I? No, I don't need you anymore. What am I doing? I don't need to delete it, I just need to make it a sketch constraint. Okay, let's get back to it. That was one of my points, and that's one of my other points. I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to get rid of a point. Right, let's drag that in. Drag this in. Right. Create a line on this curve. Drag it off over here somewhere. And then finish it off on the curve somewhere. No, not that point there, cool. Then select that line, put it to that point. Same on this side. So it intersects with the wing, but this one is coming in out the other way, which we don't want. So we just grab that point and drag it on the inside like this until it does. Then we can get rid of this stuff. We don't need you no more. This is gonna look as ugly as all sin. It might work, it should work. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. Finish sketch. You see, like, it's even some of the most like awesome stuff that I design is built around janky workarounds like this. Just straight up disgusting janky workarounds. Ah! I put the lines on the wrong curve. Hang on, hang on. Almost there. Almost there. Bear with me. Right, this point on that curve? No. I want you on that curve. This is gonna work the wrong way around now as well. That's right, I can fix that. I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it. And this one, we need to delete that point. Yeah. Drag your ass off and stick you on here. Cool. And I can make you now tangent to this to make it look pretty. As pretty as this is gonna be. Right, so now that creates a thing that sticks out like that. Part of it's, the intersection's just not gonna work. We need to drag it in further. Like this is, woosa, okay. This point, you, this. Yeah, okay, so it needs to come in like that, so it guarantees that it will cut off. That's, you know what, screw it, it's just inside the wing. This is gonna print like a mess. Absolute garbage. Heinous. Heinous. It's gonna be heinous. In the middle. Yep. Fresh shape. Yep, cool. Solid. Thank you. Right, let's hide you now. Visibility, hidden, cool. Making life easier, we're going to come in, do the fillet this whole edge all in one go instead of having that thing in the way of it where it was splitting it as 2 fillets. So 0.5. Come on, why you no select? That's weird. That's entirely weird. Okay, we'll just do that one at least. That works. But why is there... Oh, okay, I get you. I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're putting... Nope, you're not doing it. You're not doing that at all. Wait, hang on. There was that combine function that did that thing that we don't need anymore. Yeah, let's get rid of that combine. Oh, combine is gone. Why are you hidden? Why are you hidden? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Right, let's try that again. Let's go back to that fillet function. Come back here, fillet. Here, fillet, fillet, fillet. Let's select you. And it works. And let's select you. And it works. And then let's do a combine of this thing and this thing. They're all one piece. They're all one stretchy rubber pirate. What's up, Omar? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. What you been up to, brother? You come to hang out? I'm live streaming. I haven't done this in a while, huh? Where's my wingtip? Did I lose my wingtip? I did. There it is. Okay, cool. Yay! Now we have a supporting hinge in the middle. Woo! Okay. Next step. Let's cut it up. Where's my split sketch? Let's drag your ass down. Split sketch. Split sketch. Split sketch. Split. Object. Split tool. This line. That piece. Apply. This line. This piece. Apply. Done. Hide the sketch. Oh, excuse me. We now have individual pieces, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have individual pieces. Wireframe. There we go. Ta-da! Right, now let's cut out the holes for the spars. Cut out the channel for the servo wire. Cut out the mounting point for the servo. Once again, I'm using these servos, which are the same dimensions, kind of, to the blue cheapy servos. These are Metal Gear ones. I'm tempted to put one of my Slim Wing Metal Gear servos in this thing, because there's more room for it, but these just fit. There's just enough room for this 12 mil thick servo to fit in there, so... Right, where to put the servo? It'd be better to put it in the middle here so it can distribute the forces across the whole surface rather than on the end, and then you get a torsional thing happening at the end there. But that would also be beneficial because if there's a torsional twist in the aileron, the amount of force that it generates further out of the wing gives you a lever, what's it, a force moment. The further out it is changes. So having that torsional twist in the aileron can be beneficial so that you produce more force by twisting the aileron further towards the root of the wing, and it twists less towards the outside of the wing and produces less force on the outside of the wing. You would want it to produce more force on the outside of the wing because then you get better roll rate, but you don't want to full twist or break your wings, so it actually just self-corrects. But then you've got the problem of flutter, and I don't want to introduce flutter because I've got a twisty aileron. You win some, you lose some. Suppose the goal is to get it done and print it and test it, and then change it if it breaks. Is that right? That's how that works, right? Yeah. Okay. Next up, hole for the servo. So now I'm going to just make a hole in the wing. You can stick your servo in there, install it, glue it, however you want. I'm not going to make any screw hole mounts for your servos. I'm not going to get fancy. This is going to be quick and freaking dirty. We'll later on make a carriage that slots in there that you can screw this servo into and stuff, but quick and dirty. Quick and dirty. Right, work plane. Is it that one? Should we stick it in the middle here? What have we got? We got 100, and then that's 200. The servo leads that I was looking at the other day, they're 300 mil long, so no, I'm going to put it over here somewhere. I need a different sketch plane. This one, which is the midpoint of one of the spars. Yes. Yes, that one. Start sketch on there. Let's put it somewhere in the middle here, maybe. So if I remember correctly, it's 30 by 33. Is that the right way around? You want the long one, which is in line with the direction of flight? Yes, that one. That's where the handles sit. Cool. And then if I look at the servo, it's going to lay like that. So the cord's going to be closest to the spar, which is good. That's where I've got it set up on the wing root on the fuselage. So, and then so the wire comes out here, and then you've got your where the servo horn connects to here. But there's enough room if you want to turn it the other way and have your servo horn here, so there's a shorter distance between the servo horn of the servo and the servo horn of the aileron, but then your wire just needs to come this way and then this way. So either way works. Let's set our distance on 50. And let us unhide that carbon fiber tube. Visibility, yes, thank you. I need to have a minimum distance between these two things. Right, and we just extrude out the hole. We're going to use two different distances. Above, we're going to go 5, and below, we're going to go 7, which gives us a distance of 12. That looks like it sticks out too far. Wait, what are you doing? Extrusion. No. You're not attaching to that carbon fiber spar. No, you're not. You are doing it to this, and you're going to make a cavity. Thank you. Right, I'll go shaded to see what it did. It made a hole. We got a hole. Servo sits there, control horn somewhere, I don't know. Maybe you should bring it closer, and then you can put the control horn of the aileron on the very edge here, but that's a bad idea. Right, next up. Start sketch here. And we want to go all the way up to the top. We want to find the fuselage wing root, make that visible. Select this one, which is the first step, yep. And then we want to select this one. We want to select this, 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 and this. Wait, nope, with that, using that, that, and that. We want to not select that one, but we do want to select this one. This one here. Yep. And that one. Cool. Select those. Let's make them solid. Finish sketch. And then we bring this one back. We hide this one. We do an extrude. This extrude, this needs to be distance 2. Wireframe to here. Wait for it. There we go. Select place. Okay. And then scroll back down to the bottom. Check extrude. Make the sketch visible again. Select extrude. This one. Cavity. This one. Plus this one. Distance 2. I need to fix that last one. I didn't select the right option. This one. Oh no, it did select the right one. Cool. Cool, so now we've got that, that, and that. Let's just do a nice little fillet there. Cool. Right. Next up, I want to create... See how this one only comes to this distance here? I want to create another one. This isn't the full length of this rod, that's only 450 mils of it. And they are 750 mil long rods. Let's switch this one here, base count, thank you, right. So these square tubes, right, 750 mil. That one that I've got measured in there is only like 450 mil. So I want to utilize the rest of it for the rest of the wing. So I still got 250 mils. 250 mils? Hang on. 450, 5. Yeah, 200. No, 300 mils. So I've still got 300 mil. Yeah, 300 mil. I've still got 300 mil to stick in the wing somewhere else. I'm going to stick this in the wingtip, from the wingtip, hopefully, if it's thick enough to. Let's have a look on the thing. So I want the rest of it to come from the wingtip here, this way, and end somewhere close to this one, and then use some more of these 3mm short rods that I've got, these strong ones, like I did in the wing root, where it goes into the slot of this, and join the two together so that the wing comes apart in 3 parts. You got your root, you got the midsection, and then you got the tip, and that way you can split it so that you can pull the aileron in and out and do stuff with the aileron. Ooh. Yeah, right, so that means I need to create a sketch somewhere. If I line this up like this and have a look at it, can I do it that way? Yeah, I could probably do it that way. Let's do it that way. So, that sketch, that work plane that I had, where to go? This one? Yes, this one. So this is the midpoint of this one. So if I start a sketch on here, let's turn to the top, please, so I know where I am. And let's create a doodad. We'll make the doodad go from here. I only get 300, so. And let's just make it 10 for now. I need to measure what that cavity holds, the cavity size is. Actually, I can just do this. This one are the same as this one. Oh, you won't do that? Why? It's no fair. Right, let me just measure this then. It's straight 10. Okay, cool. Never mind. Let's drag this further back. So they won't quite meet, but I can put a carbon fiber rod through here. Ooh, that'll be tricky to get that in there. It's in the middle of the bloody wing. Screw it. It'll work. Famous last words. Yeah, I don't think it will work, will it? You see how close that sketch is getting to the top here? It's like midpoint here. Arrgh. Looks like I'm just going to have to rely on these 3mm rods then. And just run some 3mm rods. So there'll be one running the full length here. And then we can cut one in half to go from here to here, and from here to like here. So it needs to go straight from here to here. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's finish sketch. Let's delete that sketch. Bad idea. Wasn't going to work. Right, let's start a sketch. Hello. In here. Drag around. Okay, and then I want to go sketch constraint. Come around the other side. Do sketch constraint of that so that I can get. Okay, never mind. It's a separate part. Project. Sit here for a moment. That face, thank you. And then I want to project that face. And the area in which the two overlap is the place in which I can put a 3mm tube. So, turn sketch constraint off. Let us create a circle of 3mm. And we shall create another one. I'd like one further back here, but it's kind of pointless if it's only going to include this. Oh no, we need to link up these two, so yeah, we're going to put one further back. 3mm, okay. Now you turn the sketch constraint back off, and the way to get them in the middle and give yourself a perfect clearance is to just create two offsets. Create a tangent on this curve, and a tangent on this curve, and then find a point where you have a clearance to this one. So I will create another offset on here, but this one I'll give a dimension. So I want a minimum offset of 0.5. This is going to be your minimum distance of your skin. And then I click your tangent for this one to this one, which doesn't allow it at all, anywhere. Holy crap. So we will have to take that tangent off, and we will upgrade you to a 1mm tangent, 1mm distance, and then set your tangent to this one. Now I can put it at any point along here, and it will remain within the minimum distance of the two. So I don't want to go too far forward. I think there's about good. Maybe back just a little bit. Cool. And then same with this one. This one's only going to go. Ooh, we need to actually. Good idea is to project that. Cool. So it needs to be between this one and this one. Yeah. Between you and tangent between. Let's make sure that we have a minimum distance on the wall, and that puts it there. And then we can extrude this one. We want a cavity. We want to select solids. This one, remove that one. Drag it this way. So these are 500 mil rods. Now I want a bit more on the one length than I do on the other. So I will say this one will only be so far, because this is going to have a bit of strength coming from the hinge of the aileron here. So yeah, we'll call this one 150. See if we can get away with that one. Cool. Make the sketch visible again. And then we're going to extrude that one. Cavity, solid, deselect, select, select, select. Hey, come back. Select that one. Solids, deselect, select, select, cavity, solid, select, select. So 500, are they 500? Let me just double check. They are a little over 500, so I've used 150. That means I've got 350 remaining. So we'll go 350. Now obviously I'm going to lose some from curve width, which is the width of the cutting blade, or however I decide to cut them. But that means I've got 1 carbon fiber rod, 2 carbon fiber rods, 3 carbon fiber rods, 1 carbon fiber tube running through the lot, and the one here at the root as well. So that's that done. We can hide that sketch. And next up, what was next? So I'm going to leave the aileron plain, and then you can use whatever cutting tool or whatever you want to cut a slot in it at the right distance so that it lines up with the servo horn. And so you can then glue your own servo horn control horn into the aileron. So that'll keep printing simple as well. What am I missing? Oh yeah, I need to cut the hole for this one. So that one, where was that extrusion? Let's bring the rest of the thing back now. Where is this extrusion? Well, let me move my end of part marker here. It's going to take a while to update. I need to come in and fix the servo wire channel, which is this sweep here, this sketch. Go on, open it up. And let's increase you to... actually, let's just do 4. I think 4 would be enough. Just needs to come past that keel. Ooh, not quite. So I think how that will print. Bit more. Spot on. Okay. And then just so that that prints nicely, we're going to put a fillet in there. I don't know why they insist on putting stickers on fruit. Sweet. Right. Where is that one? You are made with sketch 58. Visibility. Thank you. Move end of part marker to the end. This will take a while to update, so I'm going to have something to eat. Does this count as an ASMR thing? Listening to me? These nectarines are good. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours, 15 minutes. See, I normally go like check my Twitter feed, check my emails and stuff like that when I'm waiting for these things to update. Really? Updated with like no errors? Lovely. Okay. Extrude this hole. Create a cavity, select the solid. This one. Distance 100. Right. And the last one is going to be the one for this one. So, start. Start a 3D sketch, create a line from here. Here, click OK. Finish sketch. Create a plane. Normal to curve through point. Start a regular sketch. Three point. Finish sketch. Extrude. 2 directions, 2 distances. Cavity. Select solids. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Profile. This hole. Let's bring you only to like there, so we'll give it 30 on that side, and we'll make this 430 on that side. That gives it a total length of 460. But it's a 500 mil long piece, so if we make that 70, that adds a bit more strength on the inside of this one, and that is a lot of carbon fiber spars running through this wing. It should be A-OK. Should be. Famous last words. And that's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Alright, let's hide all the sketches that we don't need anymore. And the 3D sketch. 3D sketch, where are you? Hide the plane. Save. Save, 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 save. And then go to shaded. Oh, points, hide the points, hide the points, hide the points. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, now I wanted to combine this and this so that they get printed as one piece. Or you can print them separate. I think printing them as one piece is a good idea. It's only a short piece that you have to reprint if you break your tip. Super duper lovely jubbly. Right, so let's go through and name all the solids. So, first up, we have wing root left. Wing end left. Is that so? I thought I combined you. That ain't good. That really ain't good. It did combine you. What the hell? Combine is right there. Why is it a separate solid? Is it? It is. But I combined you. So the combine is right there. I'm looking at it. Move end of part marker. Oh, I thought we were done. I thought we were finished and we're not. Something was not right. So what did you actually combine? What the fuck? Yes, combine these two parts for me, please. Yes, click OK. Let me just chuck a fillet in there, and a fillet in here, just to make it look pretty. Okay, just to make it look pretty. Click OK. Right. Now, if I then go to split this, you're gonna give me shit and split one but not the other. Let's go to wireframes. Let's see what it did. No, it split both. Should be fine now. Right, move end of part marker. Scroll back up. What the fuck part is this? Where does this come from? Solid 106, who created you? Extrusion 57. Extrusion 57, where are you? What are you doing and why are you doing it? Extrusion 57, you are no longer wanted. Die. Hide sketch. Jesus Christ almighty. So that's probably what I combined before. It was combining just that piece on the inside there. Right. Wing. Mid. Root. Left. Control C. V. Wing mid end. Left. Aileron. Root. Left. Right. You, and you. And wingtip, wingtip, wingtip. No, V-tail tip, wingtip, 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 wingtip. Where's wingtip? Solid center, there we go. Wing, tip, left. All right, mirror, solids, new solids, center plane. Start from the root. Root. Mid root. Mid end. Wing end. Wing tip. Work our way out. There we go. Click OK. Lovely. Right. Wing tip. Control C. V. Backspace, Shift R. Control C. Control V, backspace, Shift R. Control C. backspace, shift R. Mid end, Control C. D, Shift R. C. And we're done. We're done. Right, so now I go and I select wingtip, U through to Q and wingtip. That's all of the wings. Manage, make components, select, no. Albatross, assembly, next. Skip, skip. Click OK. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a finished assembly. Woo! Yeah, okay, cool. Hit save, yes to all, and that's actually going to go through and create all of those parts. And they're there. How cool is that? Seeing an update like that, creating all the parts. Ta-da! Okay. How long have we worked on it for? 2 hours 45. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to finish the stream off there. I need to go pee, get something to eat. And I don't know. I need to work on the Phenom setting up series. It's nearly done. I just got a little bit more recording to do for that, and then some editing, and it should be out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be freaking awesome. It's amazing. I haven't put so much work into a video before, ever. So, I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyways, so, yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're still watching, thank you so much for coming by. We will be doing this again at the end of February. We'll do another live stream end of February, and then the end of March, and then the end of that month, and the month after that. You get the idea. So, I've been Chaos, and as always, expect the unexpected. And I'll see you guys next time.